Hello, happy Friday, TGIF. And it is a good Friday, literally. Okay, so today we are continuing what we've been working on for the last month. So this will, I think, be my last stream on Xata. And anything that we don't wrap up on stream today, I'll probably wrap up later. And then I have a few YouTube videos that I'll be releasing about this project. So that's kind of exciting. And I can share my screen. We can get into it. So here's my screen. There's nothing on it yet. Let me pull my code in. Just grab this. So the project that we've been working on is called Made with Xata, and this is a project gallery where someone can submit a project that they have made with Xata, and it will showcase those things. So on the front end, there's a gallery. On the back end, there's a few user management tools to make that happen. So I'm going to say yarn dev, and we can pull up what we have in browser. So this is on localhost 3000. Pull that down. So here is our project. We have some nice little kittens. Oh, it looks like shortcut keys. I need your better touch tool is up and running. There we go. So let's see. Sorry, got a little message. Cool. Let's see. And so what we're going to do today is work on the add and edit forms. Cool. So let's pull this up. And right now I don't have anything protected. Okay, so here is our grid, and I'm just going to click, like if I click on edit, here's the edit form. And if I click on add project, here's the add project form. So right now those forms aren't doing anything. And what we need to do is we need to send that over, and you can see I have a few warnings here. We can clean those up. I can explain where they're coming from. So on the, let's see, the admin page where we're pulling in this data. Right now I'm pulling everything in from the database and then just passing it onto the front end. So this is using, because it's Next 13, it's using React Server Components. And when I pass it over to the front end, I'm using a client component. And so it needs a plain object. And this was new to me. It also means that it needs to be serialized data. It can't be nested. Brad Garrity had a great suggestion, and maybe we just try and do that here. But the thing is, there's a lot of data in this star, this everything that I really don't need. So it would probably be better, anyways, if I reverted this and just said I need the ID, name, featured slug is approved. And let's see, it said that I have an invalid column. So if we pull up our Xata schema, so I can come over to xata.io, let's log into my account. We have our Made with Xata project. And if I look here at my schema, I have, let's see, featured on homepage instead of featured. So what I can do is I can just copy that name and I can swap that out. So that might resolve what it says is not assignable. Interesting. So another thing that's really interesting about Xata, actually, this might be featured on carousel is really what we need. Featured in carousel. Here we go. Is that Xata will return your data types. So if I kind of come down and create a new terminal instance, and then I think, let me see what I run. Xata, hey, Scion God. Got a little tongue tied there for a second. We are continuing this project. This is actually, I think, gonna be the last time I'm streaming about it. So it's exciting. Anything that we don't finish, I'll finish on the side, and then I have a few YouTube videos coming out about it. So, are you gonna be, on later when James and I are streaming? I always enjoy seeing you in the chat. Let's see, Zeta CLI. Perfect. So, oh, I think I wanted code generation. There we go. So there's a, yep, right here. I want to run this command in the terminal. Awesome. No pressure if something comes up. I had every intention of streaming yesterday instead of today, and my daughter got sick. So she's still sick, but she is doing better. She has the vomits, which gross. Okay. So I think that might help maybe with some of this. Let's see. I'm still getting this plain object error. So what if we try, Brad had suggested the other day doing the JSON stringify. Let's see. I got in there and spread the word on. Yes, you do. I hope that in the future, well, I have a few side projects I'm going to build in Svelte. So I'll probably be streaming more about Svelte in a little bit. I'll just leave it open-ended. But thanks, I appreciate that. Yeah, she came home, what day? All the days have run together. Wednesday, and she like felt terrible. It was very obvious. And then she like laid on the couch, and then I guess it was about 5:30 or 6-ish. I was like, "Do you want to go to bed?" And she's like, "No." And I was like, "I'll carry you to bed." She's 5, and she's like, "Yes, please." She slept for 12 hours. So, anyways, but she's vomiting. No. Lovely, right? Okay, let's see. We can talk about code because that's a little bit more sanitary. Let's see. What am I doing? I want to take care of this plain object that I'm passing over, and I'm wondering when I pass it into project grid, if I could, maybe let's just create another variable here to say Zeta data, and this can be a string that we will accept. And then here, I'm just curious if this will resolve all of our problems. What we can do is we can pass over Zeta data. And I'm going to stringify it. Let me make sure I get the syntax right on this. I think it's just like JSON.stringify. I think this is not what I wanted, but that's the syntax I'm looking for. Yeah, and then I can use parse on the other side. Yes, thank you. I just want to make sure I spelled it correctly. Okay, stringify, and then it's just dot parse, right? Oh, yep, right there, right in front of me. Okay. Keep drinking my coffee. Wow. Okay. Let's see. We want to pass in our approved projects. And one thing, I think that'll be good. We'll try that. Okay. And then let's do the same thing here at the bottom. Oops. Pass that over. And then now over here with my Zeta data, what we can do, let's see if this will work. This will be a fun experiment. Zeta data, and we're going to use our JSON.parse. Just copy that. And because it's unsafe destructuring of a tuple element with any value. Oh, we told it. Oh, I guess because it doesn't know what type, like the structure of whatever we're parsing. But we can deal with that later. I'm just curious if this other thing will work. Okay, so think we're passing in ordered projects. Oh, look at that. It's a little crazy. But this maybe we should maybe this will work as a project, really as a partial project, and this is that is better. Lovely. Okay. So all I did here was I said it's a project. It's an array of projects. And then I just saw your comment, Scion God. What topic shall we talk about today that has nothing to do with your current project? Oh man, there's so many things. Hilarious. Oh, I'm sure we can come up with a few. Okay, so I'm gonna say I think this is good. I'm just curious if this works. If I hit refresh. Oh, nice. Okay, so then I think I can just get rid of projects here. Then I can get rid of projects up here, and I can get rid of the project that I'm passing in. My husband's feeding the dog, so if you heard that, that's breakfast bell. Okay, sweet. Everything's coming through. Are we still getting errors? No. Brad Garrity for the win. Excellent. Okay. So that's lovely. We need our add projects. And I'm going to come up here. Oh, this is in our, how do we want to do this? I'm trying to think what component we should look at. This is our project form. And this is lovely. It doesn't know what data that we're getting. Oh, this is, yep. So we set up the form. It is, once it's done, we have the submit button. And we could pass in this on submit. Are we doing that? I think I took that out. This is just showing the label of that button. What I want it to do is submit the form. And on the form, oh, here we go. This is running the on the handle submit function. And then I have a post method here, but I could, I believe, just remove this. And if I leave the action blank, I think it will automatically run on the current route. And so I am in my admin here. So if I add a new, I think it's just route.ts. I think this is right. And then I was looking at Next.js 13, and they have their routes file. Here we go. API routes. Perfect. We're in their beta docs. They have route handlers now. And it is, okay, it is route. Make sure that's singular. Perfect. And then we can use this. I had started to do this the other day and then was getting errors. So I just like ripped everything out. Here we go. Oh yes, please ask questions. I'm waiting. Oh man. All right. So I was going to say, is the question going to be related to the project or something completely different? Either one is fine. Okay. But I need to import request. Let's see. This can come from here, maybe. The suspense and waiting for your questions. That's next response. Let's see what next request is. Oh, I just kind of made that one up, and oh, it does not exist. I'm guessing here. Empty async. Okay, so you know when you build express APIs, oh goodness, let's see if we can answer this question. And you set up cores, it allows certain addresses to hit the API and block others, right? Yes. as far as I know. Now, I will be honest, I've not built tons of Express APIs. I've done a little bit, but not a lot. Most of my stuff has been on the front end, and then I've leaned on tools like, Redwood or Next or, um, Backend as a service to do a lot of the other stuff. But, yes, that's right about course. Yes, I'm gonna I'll hear you out. And, if we don't have an answer, if I don't have an answer, I promise to bring it up in, at 11 when I stream with James later, and we can talk about it there. Okay. So, I think this is good, and then now it just needs a response. I deploy an app. Oh goodness, now you're really getting on my to be honest, you're really getting on my edge of knowledge. I don't know a lot about, Amazon services. Okay, so you're gonna deploy an app on AWS, and a user can access that website. Okay, so it can be any cloud. Perfect. Okay, the thing is host has no oh, wait. Oh, this is gonna be, okay, when the user clicks a register button and it hits your Express API, okay. Let's see, what am I wanting to do here? I am wanting to oh, yeah, hit the Xata, insert a row here with project, get code snippet, insert a record, grab this guy. Okay, does the user machine hit the API or is it oh, that's a good question. I honestly don't know. Well, my gut says that well, I was starting to say the user machine hits the API, but I really don't know enough about cloud infrastructure to know if the cloud machine is the one that does it. So, what I can do is I can bring this up, um, when we stream later, and also I can bring it up with my team when we talk about this stuff, like, in our company stand up. So I can ask then, if you are we connected elsewhere on social media? Like, are you on Twitter? Or Discord. If you're in the Learn, Build, Teach Discord, I'll ping you. If something does come up and you can't come to the stream, that way you get your answer. That's a great question. Perfect. Are you, you said you're on the Discord server. Are you still, do you use the same handle? Perfect. Yeah. I will be your friend. There we go. New friend. Okay. I'm going to drop in this Xata code. And this should come from @Xata. Perfect. I'm getting a linting error there. Perfect. And then this will go away as soon as I bring that in. And I don't want to redirect. I want to return basically content that I'm getting from next request is defined but never used. I do need it. I want to see, I want to get all the data that it's passing over from our request, and I am honestly not sure exactly how this is structured. I know that when you're working with data, you can do like I think a .get data or something. Route resolution. Does it talk about what's in the request? Oh, that just said, okay, next request. Yes, I know you can do like .cookies or I think there's one for, yeah, headers. Let's see. Redirect, streaming, plus one friend. Yes, it's official. It is official. think is it bot okay, request.json. This is maybe this is it. Let's try. This will be exciting. Oh, why is my cursor being weird? Okay. So, oh, let me move this to the bottom. And then what I wanted to, yeah, is maybe return that as a response. I get that space in there. Okay. It doesn't know. Oh, you know what? It's not going to know what that request is. Let me comment this out. Oh, now it's saying it's .any. Okay, whatever. This will be fine for right now. I just want to see. Accidentally joined a voice channel. Awesome. Let's see. I was wondering even I thought I wonder if I listen to music while I'm streaming, if that would come through. Didn't know if that would give me like a little bit more a little bit more pep. Okay, so I want to add a project. Is this coming through? Yes. So if I do this, I'm not Amy Stout. I'm my last name is Dutton, Dutton, but on the in Discord, I'm at Self Teach Me. I think the number is like 4422 or something. Yeah, 4422 is the number. Okay. There you go, Amy Dutton. Amy at example.com and say GitHub. So this would be like all of GitHub, all of Google. And then description, I'm just going to do lorem ipsum. And add, oh, let me pull this up. But I don't think the result shouldn't be in the terminal, I don't think. Okay, I think it should be over here. Yep. Yes, this was the error I was getting. Because it didn't know what to do with this portal. It was like, I don't know what the document is. Document is not defined, which is strange to me. And so that's why I got rid of route and then it like magically went away. It's like, I love code. Yeah, so now it's like giving me errors with this document, which is strange. So like, just see for a second if I hide all this. Is it okay? It's still giving it to me. Isn't that weird? Something. Let me delete the route. Just out of curiosity. This. Learn dev. Let's see what happens. Okay, so all that's there. Okay, it's still, now it is having an issue with this. So it's not related to that route. Okay, let me pull the route back. Excellent. Thank you. I will look for that. Yes, paste that in. Document is not defined. I know, so this is coming from, I have this in two places. So in the project row, there is an edit button, and here I'm creating a portal. So what that does is it injects content elsewhere on the page, which is helpful, but I don't know why it doesn't recognize document.body as reference error. Let's see what this does. Oh, Moontree, that's fun. I like that name. React portal. We're in X13. Document is not defined. Looks like there's several people with this issue. Okay. The document, you should be able to use it inside the class lifecycle methods or use effect. Oh, so that might be what's happening is it's trying to find the document before the document's ready. Okay. That's not the code that I want though. Interesting. Let me see. Oh, yes, I did experiment with this a little bit to check to see, okay, is it trying to run this code on the like, generate it on the server or in the browser? So you could wrap it with this, type of window to see if it's the object. And that was not working when I was trying this earlier, but let's just see. I think when I was doing this still was not a fan, but I have 2 of them, so we can try it in both places. So I have it in the project row, and then I also have it in the admin header, where I was checking to see if, uh so the one in the header is the add form, and the one on the project row is the edit form. I'm back over here. Ooh, lovely. Getting a little red in the console, but it looks like that, took care of it, maybe, because I think this is old. Cool, that worked. So I wonder if last time I was just doing it in one place, but it was still being an issue in the other place. Perfect. Let me close my tabs. Okay. So now we just need to figure out what I'm getting with this request. So on the route here, I'm going to see what our response is. So I'm going to come back over and just submit some dummy code made with Xata. I used to have, I don't even remember what program let me do that. It may have been like Keyboard Maestro or something, where I could hit a key and it would fill in a lot of this dummy data for me. I wasn't having to enter it over and over again. Okay, alarm of someone. Okay, perfect. Let me pull up this. And I think if I go to the network tab, when I hit submit here, we will find out if it came through or not. Okay, so these are all style sheets, but I'm limiting it to style sheets. So I want to make sure I'm getting our fetch XHR. Let me see if it printed anything. Did not say anything in the terminal. Let's see what these requests are. So here, even know based on the names of them, what I'm looking for. Let's see response. There's a lot of stuff right there. Okay, let me see about the shorter one. That one's a little bit different. Oh, launch darkly. Interesting. I wonder why that's getting triggered. Huh. Browser intake is not what I want. So after our last talk, I decided to look further into web design. And awesome. Now I put some CSS in my projects. Awesome. There, I can point you to 2 resources. One of my favorites is Refactoring UI. And this is done by Adam and Steve, the guys behind Tailwind. And this is, I mean, they've made like literally millions of dollars from this project, but it is very good. Just like breaking down why certain things work. And so we were talking about trying to close the gap. And so they talk a lot about like how you make those decisions. And one of the things actually that Steve taught, well, I'm assuming Steve, I mean, they wrote it together. Um, but like when you're trying to make tiny decisions, like say you don't know if the padding should be more or less. Like you look at it with a little bit less and you look at it with a little bit more and then you just compare the 2 and then you make a decision. And so then you make a decision about the padding instead of like trying to make a decision about the whole button. So, but it is very good. And there's also like bonus content that they have in there. Oh yeah, there's the full chapters. So I started to read this with my team and talk through things. Um, so, like, they have, yeah, sample color palettes, font suggestions. There's another one, I'll have to go find it, that's pretty good too. But this is, yeah, it's like it's $100. Depending on what you are looking for, honestly, I think this one's fine. Um, I haven't watched the video tutorials. So our Zeal bought this, and I believe we have the complete package. Um, but like the icon library, I think Heroicons, which is what Steve created, I think that's free. So you really don't need that. Font recommendations. I mean, if you're working with with a designer that's already like making font choices and things like that, I don't think that's really necessary. Or if you're working with Tailwind, you already have color palette stuff. So, or we looked at coolers the other day. Uh, but yeah, I think the 99 one is perfect. So, fun. So we've been Scion, God, you were talking about this. We've been streaming about this all week, and I still don't have the add and edit functionality built in. But we do have some cool drag and drop that we built, and we fixed the bug with the passing data over from Next 13. So this actually trying to make the add to edit form would be a great YouTube video. So noted. Um, cool. Well, I'm gonna jump because we have stand up. I don't know if I'm leading it today or not. I'm glad you do test my foot. And like I said, I feel like a crazy person if I'm just talking out loud. I mean, it's a good rubber duck method, I guess, because I'm talking through what I'm doing. But I don't know if I shared this the other day or not. I was recording a video and my daughter, not the sick one, different one, walked in and I was like, hold on just a second. I'm recording a video. And I just wanted to like finish my thought. And I finished and I turned to her and she goes, "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize you were recording a video. I thought you were talking to yourself." I was like, "No." And I'm sure it's things like this that make her think, mom talks to herself while she works. Oh, whatever. Okay, awesome. But I will get the answer to your question. I'll ping you and then I can also bring it up at 11 Central. So, but thanks for hanging around. And I'm still planning on streaming next week, even though it probably won't be about Zeta stuff. So, would love for you to hang out with me. But happy Friday. And I'll catch you later.